at an example. There aren't actually any good examples in the book, so I just made up my own, and we'll give this one a shot. All right. So, a survey of 20 random people were asked, how many Mr. Stansbury fan club meetings did you attend last week? And the following data was collected. Now, this is not a one big huge number. These are 20 different numbers. So the first person attended 4 meetings, second person attended 2, third person attended 4, so forth and so on. Okay? So, first question is, what is the variable in this investigation? So what changes is basically what they're asking, right? So the thing that changes is the number of meetings, right? So number of meetings attended. And if we want to be super specific, number of meetings attended last week would be the variable, right? Is the data discrete or continuous? Again, 4 meetings, 2 meetings. I guess it's assumed that if you would show up to part of a meeting, it would be, you actually attended the meeting, but no one's giving, like 4.3 or anything like that. So it's either a meeting you attended or you didn't attend. So since it's countable, it's considered discrete. Okay. Next one here, construct a column graph to display the data. So that's, by looking at this here, you're going to want to, I'm going to organize this thing first, organize all this data, and then I'm going to display it. So I'm going to just do what they did. I'm just going to do a little tally. I'm just going to do the little tally marks, right? And then that will give me a frequency, and then I can, from that frequency, I can make my column graph. All right, so let's start with, let's see, it goes all the way from 0 up to 8. So we'll do 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. All right, so as I tally them, I'm just going to cross them off to make sure that I get it all done. All right, so 4, let's see, let's do this here. So 4 gets 1, 2, oops, I don't put 2 there, I put a tally mark, 4, 1, and then 4, and then I'm going to keep going here. Okay, so I went through and tallied all these up, and this is our tally. These are the amount here. So now I'm going to, with that, now we can do a frequency. So here's the tallies, and now we'll add those all up to get our frequency. Okay, so we get 1, 1, 2, 3, 6, 3, 2, 1, and 1. So now we can go through and make our column graph. All right, so again, we go from 0 to 8. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now it's good along the side here to have your tally marks, not your tally marks, but your frequency. So again, we know that it goes up to the most that we have is 6. So we'll do 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay. So 0 got 1. 1 had 1. 2 had 2. 3 had 3. 4 had 6. 5 had 3. 6 had 2. 7 had 1. And 8 had 1. So that's what our column graph would look like. Okay. Now, also with our column graph, you're going to want to be sure to give a heading for the graph and then a scale, and then also label the axes. So here's our scale. So this we would want to draw, we would want to say this is the frequency, right? So, whoa, I have a hard time drawing sideways there. Let's try it this way. This is the frequency, and then this here is the meetings attended. And again, you're going to have a title for this here, so you usually put that up top. So this is number of Mr. Stansbury fan club meetings attended last week. Okay, I want to be as specific as possible on those there. Okay, so construct a column graph that is, to display the data, that is this right here. Okay, how would you describe the distribution of the data? So if you take a look at that, it's pretty nicely, it's a nice pretty little graph there, which gives us a nice even distribution. So again, symmetrical distribution would be what we'd want to call that. So all right, and there's a couple more questions right down here. Okay, are there any outliers? In this data here, there are not any outliers because all the data fits in nice. I mean, there's some people that are, not very cool because they didn't show up to any meetings, and that person only showed up to one. But there's not really any outliers. This person was so, dedicated. They showed up to 8 different meetings last week. So that person's that's my favorite. So, but there are no outliers. Okay. And then last thing is, what percent of those surveyed attended 5 or more meetings? So really there's that, we're trying to calculate a percent here. So we know that there were 20 people that attended the meetings, or there are 20 people surveyed, excuse me. And then what percent of those surveyed attended 5 or more? So here's, I'm going to go over here to our frequency distribution. So here's 5 or more. So the people that showed up to 5, 6, 7, or 8. So that would be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 out of 20 showed up to 5 or more meetings. Let's put that over here. So 7 out of 20 showed up to 5 or more meetings, which, if you divide that out, gives us 35% of the people attended 5 or more meetings. Okay? All right, that's all there is for this section. If you have questions, feel free to ask. Thanks.